Good morning. Oh my God. I slept so long. But good morning, people. No fans available here today. No birds. Just a bunch of wind. We are located back outside of my house. Usually we do the podcast in the front porch. Today we're doing it on the back porch for some ungodly reason, of course. So just want to say welcome. This is Ron, of course, from the Ron and John Show, and my co host.
I'm John.
So, the great thing was, if you remember the last episode, we had the one chip challenge. That was John taking it. Of course, John's a little bit different than usual because, the last person that did it only lasted I don't know, like 20 seconds. John went 7 minutes, but in that 7 minutes, we didn't realize that, you're supposed to go for an hour. But he was fine. Like, pretty much after the challenge, he was here almost, I would say, 45 minutes, after the challenge. So everything was fine. But did we realize what we really did? We didn't. Because now John has a story to say after he left my residence on what happened to himself from here to his residence. So, John, go ahead and take it.
Well, let's begin with after I left your development.
Mm-hmm.
Well, leaving your development, I was fine. I left it, got on 8, and I started sweating bullets. I'm like, I just kept wiping it off.
Well, wasn't it warm?
Yeah, it was warm.
So, I mean, were you sweating bullets because you didn't have the AC on? Were you
No,
sweating bullets because,
I had to turn the AC up,
oh, you had to turn the AC up?
and I was still sweating.
Oh,
And
wow.
then 5 minutes further down, my stomach started clenching,
Ooh.
like it was tightening up,
Mm-hmm.
like that. Oh, like I needed to kind of throw up.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. It just was that tightness. I was like, heart started racing.
Oh,
Like, I
wow.
was
So,
like, shit.
so literally, you were having a medical emergency while you're
It,
driving.
it felt like it. So I stopped on the side of the road for a second. Opened out the door, just try to spit out a little bit. Nothing. So okay, still feeling like shit. Continue driving home. Got close to Denton, between Greensboro and Denton, and I started feeling a little better.
Yeah.
That whole feeling lasted about 30, 45 minutes.
Mhm.
30 to 40 minutes, I mean. Got home.
Mm-hmm.
I was okay.
Gotcha.
Went upstairs because all that sweat, I was like, I need a shower. I got in the bathroom, and I had that feeling that I needed to throw up again. Yeah, that pain came back, that sweat came back, everything just came back. Nothing came out.
So while you're in the shower, you're butt ass naked, hopefully,
Yeah,
taking,
yeah.
did you at any point in time said, what the fuck was I doing thinking?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that shit again. I wouldn't. Let's put it this way. Don't do this, but if you wanted to torture a POW, don't actually have to break their limbs. Just give them one chip, wait an hour.
Oh, wow. With no water or milk.
No water, milk.
Or
Just
nothing. Just make them
wait
suffer.
an hour, and they won't want another one.
Wow. So as you're in the shower, you feel like you're getting sick. Did you decide to get sick? Did your body say, I gotta do this?
No, surprisingly, after the shower,
Uh-huh.
uh, the sensation went away.
Mm-hmm. So it went away completely.
Yeah, I still had a little bit of felt like a heartburn
Ooh,
after that.
heartburn's bad.
Yeah,
Heartburn's real bad.
felt like that for at least another hour, and then ate dinner. Everything was good. Next day, I was fine.
Oh, so you're perfectly fine. So we're talking about probably a 2 hour, 2.5 hour lapse from the time you took it to the time you took your shower when all hell broke loose. Well,
Yeah.
was going to break loose.
Yeah,
So you never got sick or,
No, no.
I'm pretty sure that like when you had to excrete was not good.
Actually, didn't do anything.
Oh, it was good. Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
was
good.
fine.
Okay.
Like I was expecting. Wow, this is not what people want to hear.
Well, I mean,
It's real talk.
It's real talk. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, we're talking about something that some people will not do,
Yeah.
and some people will do, and they're like, I've seen videos where like look like they're about to die, they're about to faint. So like, my picture of this whole situation is, and it's scary that I'm picturing this, that you're in the shower, okay, and I'm trying like to picture like a stick figure. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Just please do me justice.
Yeah, give you a stick figure, and like when you were sitting there saying I had a story about it, I'm thinking, oh my god, he probably was projectile vomiting, projectile, just both ends just flying at it. And the worst part is there's a third end, and the third end was probably going as well. You know what I mean? Which thank God it didn't go that way.
No, I mean, yeah, it was not. Once it was all said and done, I was fine, and I was expecting areas to hurt when I went to the bathroom.
Oh wow,
Because when you eat hot, spicy
mhm.
food and you have to take a dump,
Yeah.
it hurts. I
Well,
was expecting that. Nope, nothing.
well, I mean, if certain places hurt, the no-no spots, you're supposed to get that checked. I'm
Well,
just saying that's usually chlamydia or something like that, like STD.
it wouldn't be
I
that
mean,
no spot.
well, I hope not. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, but overall, I mean, you killed it, but it almost killed you at the same time. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
not doing
guess
that again.
no, I don't blame you at all. So I mean, congratulations to me. It's a win for you. It was not a win for 2.5 hours, but at the end of the day, it is a win.
But
Which,
the IT guys did see the video. They're
mm,
like, I told them, see, you can tell I'm human. I did sweat a little bit. Yeah, barely.
you had a tear in your eye, like you were crying about something. I was like, I didn't even see it really. I was like, I did see you sweat though.
But one of the guys actually grows Reaper peppers, so he brought one in the next day. John, we got something for you.
Oh man, so
I ate
now,
a little bit.
oh, how was it?
Not as bad. Nothing. I
Really?
barely, yeah, I felt a tingle in my mouth, and that's about it.
Oh well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, we already set yourself up for the one chip challenge, so like it's probably like, oh, this ain't nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, how about what are they? What is the heat on those? What was it? What was you said? A
The
Reaper?
the Reaper,
Yeah. Was it
I think it's
Carolina?
Carolina Reaper.
I think that was 1.7. It's supposed to be worse than that.
Probably is, and the one chip was less.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was. I think it's the fact that it had multiple peppers
Yeah.
on
And
it.
then it was spreading
Yeah.
through. Like you can do a pepper and you can put it one side of your mouth, kind of swallow it. It only hurt like one side of the mouth. That chip just goes everywhere. And then on top of that, you got like a blue tongue, like you ate a Smurf. And like some some people might do that, but I mean I'm not. But I mean like it's just, I can't imagine. Like I am not good with hot stuff, but I do gotta say I'm really interested in doing a couple food
Hmm.
challenges. That's something that I think we need to look into. Um, so hopefully we can progress to that, and have fun, and we'll post videos as we go. The good thing about that is, we can make it ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be a lot cheaper, probably.
Yeah.
Because I think that chip was like $8 for one
Yeah.
chip.
Well, yeah, but it was
Yeah.
free for me
Well, there you go.
because they
That's
wanted
true.
to see me get tortured.
That's true. That's true. That works out too. At the end of the day. So I mean, with that being said, it's been a great week. I did a lot of stuff. I don't know what kind of stuff, but I did a lot of stuff because I had to take over as acting manager because the manager's on vacation.
Right.
So I did that conference call. Remember, I think we were speaking about
Yeah,
that.
the conference call. How did
So,
that go?
oh well. So the funny part was, when you have the conference call, you have your owner, your vice president, you have like, I guess you can say he's assistant vice president, whatever, and then you have your two managers plus upon our manager, which would be three, and there's probably like, I don't know, 12, 15 supervisors across, and then you have back office, and then you have like your HR person and your recruiter, and what is this? What's the other guy? Payroll guy. Payroll
Okay.
guy. He's the most important. He's the money man.
Yeah.
I ain't messing with him. You know what I mean? When I went through him, I was just like, "Yo, everything in check." He was like, "Yes, I'm cool." So like, the objective is they've been complaining because the conference call has been going hour, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Totally understand because it gets to a point sometimes, man. When they get going, they go hard. There's a lot of things that are going on that they need to address, which I totally understand.
Well, yeah,
So
the company's at stake. Well, not at stake, but it's business.
correct, with the business and everything. So, we're sitting there, and I'm like, before it, I'm thinking to myself, it's 2:58, we're about to do this conference call at 3 o'clock. I keep on looking around. I'm like, man, I was just as nervous as I was first time on the podcast. Because I think because it's a different level.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people that you work with or work for,
Four, yeah.
and I can't sit there and drop f bombs and all that stuff. I got to make sure it's prim and proper. And the good thing was I sent itinerary about what we want to focus on. You know what I mean?
Itinerary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Listen, a big word for me. Anything above the is a big word. So if I pronounce it, it's a win.
I'm
You
just
know.
helping.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. Because I do have a speech impediment. And I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very confident. Confident and comfortable with it, and people know. You know what I mean? So like, I'm sitting there. It's 2:59, and see, we do it on our phone. So cell phone. You there's a number that it's a South Dakota number that you call. So when you call, it says, welcome to free voice conference, and like, enter your pin, and I'm like, okay. So I put my pin in. It says, welcome to the conference call. You go right in. So, I'm sitting there going, okay, you know, it's 3 o'clock. I'm like, okay. I was like, we'll wait like 20 seconds, and like, I was like, what, I'm done. You know what? Let's just go with it. So we went with it. I mean, it was more or less, about numbers. I mean, make sure we're good for like our peak season because there's peak season coming right around the corner. From right before November, I mean Thanksgiving, till right before Christmas, like maybe like 2 days before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know anything about the logistics for like companies that deliver like FedEx and UPS and stuff like that.
Not a thing.
So there's this thing called peak season. That's when we have the most fluent freight that comes through. That's like Christmas time. So everyone usually orders a lot for Christmas.
Right.
So with that being said, we have to be prepared because we have to add more people because seasonal. But where I'm at, we don't do seasonal. So what we do is usually we hire them and
Mm-hmm.
we keep 'em, we retain.
Okay.
Because what happens then usually, and I don't know how it works out this way, but it seems like every time we retain people, we needed them anyway because either we had a jolt of packages coming in, or we have people walk off or they get mad, they cry, we're done with them, whatever. So I'm going, okay, we start, I'm talking, I'm addressing everyone. So the funny part was my owner wasn't on it, my vice president wasn't on it. Uh, like the HR and the recruiter was on it. Their phone got dropped for somehow. They had to run into another room to
Mm-hmm.
get on the conference call as I was listening to them. So it made it a lot quicker. So I did a conference call in 20 minutes. So like because number one, the owner didn't talk. But when the owner talks, he talks because he really needs to talk.
Mm-hmm.
He rarely talks. The vice president, man, will go on for like, I don't know. I know the one time he went on for like 45 minutes. Like just, and you're like, oh my God, will this guy stop? Why is he sitting here talking all this stuff? And when he talks, and listen, he brings up great points. If he tones it down to like half the conversation, we'd probably be done quicker. But that's his prerogative. I get it. I totally understand that. But we rolled through it quick. We talked about mental health of the employees. Like at our facility, we have an open door policy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come in and say you have a problem, say it only have to be work related. We could sit there and be like, Johnny comes in and goes, "Hey, can I speak to you?"
Right.
Whatever they say in my office is confidential.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to worry about any backlash. They don't have to worry about anybody saying anything. They don't have to worry about people, talking about them. Every once in a while, I had to put so we're so poor where we're at. So we got like papers that says "Do not disturb," and it's written like in crayon almost. You know what I mean? So we put them on the doors so people don't come in. But the problem is where my office is. Well, actually, our office is probably I don't know maybe 15 by 20 maybe. So the problem is both the bathrooms are in there. The break is in there, break room, and our office. So like I literally have to have someone literally stand in front of the door and be like, listen, can you stand right here, which is probably 6 foot from the door.
Mm-hmm.
And that way they don't hear the conversation, but let everyone know, hey man, can you wait a little bit, because some of the motherfuckers don't even look. They'll just walk right in, and you're
Yeah.
like, dude, and they're like, what? I gotta go to the bathroom. I said, go, and I'll just kind of look at that door, kind of with that disgust look, thinking, man, you seen these papers. I understand you gotta go to the bathroom. I get it. This is not gonna be that long. Just hold it. You've had all this time. You've been here for 25 minutes
Mm-hmm.
before this happened, and now you gotta go to the bathroom. Come on, man. We old as hell. You know better than that, man. Like we little kids. I want to hear what's going on. I want to go in and watch it. Live in the bathroom. Oh my God, it's just that's the thing. So we were talking about the open door policy. Making sure everyone has that. And everyone can actually recognize when someone's in distress. Distress as in like a mental episode's about to happen, or maybe how they're acting. Stuff like that. Someone's bothering them. Because I mean, coming to the Christmas season, it's all commercialized. It's all about, oh, my child wants this, my child wants that, we want this, I want that, Santa Claus is coming, to town, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Totally get it. The thing is, like, not everyone is going to get visited by the big Santa Claus. They're going to get visited by the stick figure Santa Claus,
Mm-hmm.
which means that he's going to have very small toys. And we get it. Like, I get it, at least. So, like, we try to be there for our employees, let them know, hey, if there's something you need, something you need to talk about, we're here. I mean, I've had people text me at 3 in the morning, saying, hey, are you up? And I'm like, I wasn't till now, so, and I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then we'll text for like, in 20, 30 minutes. And I'm like, like, why? Why am I up at 3:20 in the morning when we're talking about your husband or something, or your wife or whatever? And I'm fine with it though, but man, it's really mentally draining. It really is,
Yeah.
because like you feel like a counselor to a point, which I totally understand, because you want your employees 100% when they come in. And sometimes employees ain't. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, we had an incident where dude always jokes around. We always joke around. Cut up and everything. And one day, dude came up on him. Kind of said the same jokes. He was like, "Yo, I ain't trying to hear that." And he was like, "What'd you say?" And then it almost escalated. And I was like, kind of like a little lost by it, because like this is normal stuff that we do, and I guess it just wasn't to be. You know what I mean? Because I guess he was not in that mood. And that's something that we all need to address.
Yeah.
Like if you're not in that mood, be like, "Yo, not today, man."
Mm-hmm.
Like be ahead of it before it comes to you. So with that being said, um, back to the meeting. So like I'm at like 8. I'm looking at my phone the whole time. I'm thinking, man. And the problem with this phone is this. So I can keep it like this. This phone right in front of me. It's right in front of me, and it will go almost blank, just like that, like in 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
50. So I gotta keep on going to like this the whole time to make sure it's on, so I can see. Because I gotta also pause if like someone else is talking, so they don't hear anything in the background from our or office or anything like that. So like I'm sitting there, I'm touching it, I'm touching it, I'm keep on looking, and I'm like, man, I think we should be good. So like 19 minutes in, I was like, so, I'm about to, has anybody else got something to say, to talk about? And like no one was like, said anything. So I was just like, okay, that's a wrap. Enjoy your time, enjoy your day. Time is money, money's time. Plain and
Mm-hmm.
simple. Cut it. So 20-minute conference call, got done, threw my phone. I said, I'm gonna get lunch. So that's what I did. So it went pretty well. Like I was pretty happy about it. Um, the one thing though, so Monday, I was outside smoking a cigarette,
Mm-hmm.
and homeless person came up, and I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of homeless people smoke. I've noticed that
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit actually,
Yeah.
more than what I thought it would. So I was talking to one of them, and they were telling me that they got cut off their disability. They were on disability for 12 years, got cut off, and their husband is in jail, and they're from another state. They didn't even get involved with another state. And I was about to ask him, like, what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're from another state, why are you doing it in Delaware? And, like, it boggled me to see this person, because what was wrong with some about, so she has like an arch back,
Okay.
and there's something wrong up here in the, what is it called? Like the upper top of the bat where they have to do surgery or something, and she's had a couple surgeries done, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But like, that's the reason why she's homeless. And I was just like, I kind of just looked at it. I was kind of lost a little bit before that. So I just something I playing back on Monday that happened in my day. So which my day was always shitty, but it is what it is. So
So what day was going back to your conference call? What day was that?
Thursday.
Thursday, and you said the owner and the vice president weren't there.
So they were in another meeting
Oh, I was thinking they
dealing.
went on vacation because
Oh,
of
well, I
Veterans
was.
Day.
Yeah, go figure. So they were in a meeting. So I want to say they have a lot of meetings, dude.
Hmm.
But they're meeting with a whole bunch of people from the uppers of ours,
Yeah.
and not the owner. So we're a subcontractor. So we deal with some brand name, and we work for them. So they're in meetings all the time with them, and I will not say the name because some of the fact is their name is very well known,
Hmm.
which, we beep beep around, boom boom. So, but yeah, they had a meeting with them. So it was the same time. So I guess either it was at 2 o'clock or 2:30, or they were like, we don't want to listen to Ron. He don't know what the hell he's doing. And I was thinking to myself, motherfucker, I do podcast. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know how to talk. I ain't stupid. Like, I don't. I might stutter. I might not sound correctly, 100%. But at the end of the day, like, it's not that bad. I don't think.
No.
If people think it is, that's fine. I would love to hear comments about that. That's something I'd really like to know because that makes me get better. But I mean, I will tell you this morning stuff is not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of mornings, I asked him yesterday. Hey, I gotta do some stuff Saturday during the day. Can we do the podcast around 8:30, 9 o'clock? He said sure. I got here at 8:45. Nothing. Wasn't awake for another hour.
Well, I mean, listen. But let's be honest with each other.
Made me go shopping.
Well, I mean, oh my God, not that. You know what I mean? There's women on our podcast be like, I would love to go shopping with him. He could, bought me anything. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying. Listen, my body was worn out. I
Yeah,
was 66 hours this week put in. Probably going to work tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Going over to Baltimore, which is going to even suck worse. And then my body kept on sitting there, screaming at me, going, you need to rest. Because I felt it, I want to say Thursday after the conference call. Like, I told the office worker, I was like, I might lay down in my truck and go to sleep. Can you wake me up? Like, because I was just not feeling it. Like, my body was just torn down. And then the worst part is now that this COVID stuff and all this flu stuff's coming out, you think to yourself, do I have that? Am I sick? You know what I mean? Which I'm not. I'm just old and decrepit. I mean, that's pretty much what I am, which is fine with me. But I mean, your mind starts wondering, playing jokes on you, because at the end of the day, you don't know. You don't know what your body's thinking. So I mean, yes, I kept you outside of my kingdom for 45 to an hour. I mean, you got to go to some of the best stores in Dover, which is not many, but I don't even know they're the best stores, but they're brand name stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not mom and pops, but I prefer mom and pop food to do anything else anyway.
Yeah. Too bad they weren't open. I would have gone to.
She went to Dover Downs.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest mom and pop. Right
Well,
there.
I mean, come on. Well, hold on. It's classified called Bailey's, I think. Bailey's
it's
Casino.
Bailey's now.
Yeah. So, I mean, they got bought out, I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. We should have went just there. Made some money, you know what I mean? Make money. We make money for the podcast. We open up our own business called Ron and John's Podcasting Company, and we do podcasts from there every day.
Shit, if I went over there, I would have lost money.
Well, yeah, you would have, but still, as a thought, you know what I mean? We could have done so many things with it, you know what I mean? But, funny, I mentioned that. So, I'm strolling through Facebook. I'm going, and I was like, something popped up about the Harrington Raceway. And I'm sitting there just strolling. I look, and I'm like, hey, that's my manager. Why is my manager on, their Facebook? My man won like $5,000 before he went on his trip to Florida. I was like, so the funny part, I asked him about it. And he was just like, man, he was like, I was trying to keep it quiet, but I didn't think anyone would see it on there. But yeah, my relatives saw it and told my girl, and now my girl knows I got 5 grand extra. He's like, well, there goes the spending limit down. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. Going to
Yeah.
Disneyland. So I mean, I guess there's a plus and minus to everything.
Hmm.
So, but continuously, how was your week anyway?
It was started out pretty good. Then it got long because Wednesday, I got a call saying that my in-laws are closing on their house in Tazewell, Virginia, which is 7 hours away from my house.
Oh wow.
So, and because I'm part of that, I had to go with them.
Uh-huh.
So we left Thursday morning at 1:30
In the morning?
1:30 in the morning. Got there around 8:30.
Yeah.
We weren't able to sign any papers till about 9:30 because they went to look at the house one last time.
Yeah.
Signed papers around 9:30. Finished up close to 11 because
Gotcha.
both parties have to be there, sign papers, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Because both parties are from out of town.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and where's that in Virginia?
Tazewell, Virginia. It's
Tazewell.
I want to say border of or close to North Carolina.
So no more mountains.
Lots of mountains.
Okay, so in and out. So
Yeah,
Tazewell, Virginia, 7 hours 16 minutes from here.
yeah.
Population of 4,600. It looks kind of like Maryville.
Well, the town itself is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but anyway, so we signed the papers. We started driving back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't get back till 7:45 p.m. So we were practically on the road almost 20 hours.
All
Well,
day.
15 hours on the road, and then stops that we needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, all day. I think I passed out that night because I hadn't slept. Neither have they. Neither had my in-laws. And then Friday, I did a semi DJ job for my brother-in-law's wedding,
Yeah.
which that, it was all right. I mean, the most people that were dancing were all the kids.
Of course.
Yeah, as always.
And you know what? It makes you wonder. You go to a wedding, and I would say what? Maybe 20% will dance. Maybe 30.
And 40% will leave after the ceremony.
Yeah. So, is it really worth having a DJ wedding?
Well, he didn't want a DJ. He just wanted to know if I could set up like my good speaker
Yeah.
and have some music ready. So
Gotcha.
I didn't set up my DJ equipment at all because I was like, the area was too small for it. It would have blown people's eardrums out.
Well, you don't want to do that.
No.
Definitely. Definitely don't want to do that.
So I mean, it was
So,
good. It was nice. Kids were dancing.
so the one thing I want to say, your in-laws leaving, this is all I got to say. That's all I'm going to say. 100% congratulations. That's in the future. Good job. Definitely. Good job.
You had to find that sound effect.
Yeah. Hey, who said it was a sound effect? It was my hands. I can do it. I can do the same thing. It's okay though. Like, that was good stuff.
No, yeah, it's good for them too because they need their own space.
hmm Now, them living with you, was it ever trying times?
Not really.
Just
It was just a lot of people in my house.
I can understand it. Like the more people in a house, it gets more cluttered. Stuff that you're like, why the hell is this here? Or like you might be trying to get in the fridge and they're there, you're like kind of just give them that look. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You know what I mean? That would kind of disturb me to a point, especially the in-laws, because like they're set in their ways, you know, and there's certain ways that I would say that you're not like them. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So some of the stuff you might do is not characteristic of them. So it might be a little bit difficult as like a little bit of clash there. So I mean, you might every once in a while try to be frisky per se, and they're kind of like you're like, man, I can't do this. That's their daughter. You know what I mean? Like thinking mentally, I can't do this. And then all of a sudden, you get that urge like, no one's looking. I can do it. Ow! Why'd you do that, John? Well, and you're like, I was just trying to be nice. You know what I mean? Trying to be happy. So I can understand. I get it. Like, I mean, the fact mentally you're thinking about it because you don't want, I would say, any problems there because like you and your wife or are different how you guys live your life compared to them. You know what I mean? They're older, they're more settled down. You're still at the age of being that, I guess you say, young stallion per se. Like the good thing is about it is, you learn a lot about them, and you learn a lot about your wife too. I'm pretty sure of her upbringing. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
already know all that stuff. Nothing new.
You
Nothing
didn't
new has come up.
you didn't learn nothing new. They've been there since what, 1840 in the house with you.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was thinking they might be something new.
I knew everything before.
Well, yeah, you did know quite a bit, because I was thinking to myself, wow, okay, I didn't see this one coming.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good thing is, like, you're about to have your own place again. And we'll probably be doing some podcasts from there,
Mm-hmm.
probably, and in your luxury attic,
Yeah.
which is from one end to the other,
Oh,
or in
that's
the
nice.
basement, or in the front yard, or on the
Basement. I don't
sidewalk.
have a basement.
Well, we can make one if we got to. I was reading about that. So, literally, like, they can literally make you a basement while the house is standing there. Like, I would be scared to death to be underneath a house making a
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because you're listen. If whatever you got holding it up, I think it's what was it they have holding up? I forget what it was. Whatever you have holding it up, the house, and you go down, you're digging underneath there. Like, if one thing fell, man, like, trust me, you ain't gonna feel it. Like, it's gonna be done, and then it's gonna take you like 6 years to get you out. You're not gonna feel nothing. You're not gonna breathe nothing. But like, that's the scary thought. If you had to dig a basement. So yeah, I mean, congratulations on that, definitely. How's your fasting going?
Uh, um, let's just say I got my breakfast this morning on my way here,
mm.
so not good.
So it was a L. It was an
Yeah.
L.
Yeah, I figure I'm gonna wait till I actually want to, because I don't really want to.
So
I mean, you can't quit anything unless
No.
you want to.
Exactly. It's mind over matter. You know what I mean? You got a
Thanks.
mind because it don't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how I
If
feel
you don't
about
mind,
it.
I don't matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's another thing. If you think about it, if you look at the whole scheme of things, um, do you order the same thing, or do
Yeah.
you order different? So there's a ritual
Hmm.
that you order, and is that because that's what you want, or do you feel like you had like a good day one day, or like you keep on eating this something? And because I have superstitions
Hmm.
where I'll do something because I had like a good day or something happened good, and I'll do it again, and I'll do it again.
No, it's
You know what
just
I mean?
the only breakfast sandwich I like from there.
Really?
Yeah.
So only
And
one?
it used to be the. I used to eat the McMuffin.
Yeah.
It got
You got yeah.
then the bagel, bacon and egg bagel.
Is
No
that what you're
cheese.
at?
Oh yeah,
Bacon and egg with no cheese.
no cheese.
So, so I go to Hardee's,
Mhm.
and they have that chicken biscuit. So the order the chicken biscuit, I think it's $4.59.
Mhm.
Okay. If I order um, was it say a croissant with cheese and egg, it's like, I think it's $4 and something, or $3.99, something like that. Tell me why, if I get a chicken biscuit with an egg on top of it, and the egg only 20 cents more. How does that happen? How you gonna charge me $3.99 for a? You know what? Matter of fact, Monday I'm gonna find out myself. But $3.99 for a egg, cheese, and croissant. You charge me $4.59 for a chicken biscuit and 20 cents for the egg. What was I been missing the whole time? What have I been missing? Because now I'm like, yo, like, I kind of want to just get like a biscuit and then be like, can I add an egg onto it? I wonder if it'll only charge me 20 cents for that egg. Probably
So,
not.
so just a biscuit with an egg, nothing else.
Yeah, or maybe just to see. I mean, trust me, I can pepper it up and whatever, put some seasoning on it. Listen, I'm not dry like that. Like, I like seasoning on my stuff. You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure they'll. There's a minimum.
Well, I think they minimum their ass on, because at the end of the day, because you just charged me an egg for 20 cents. Like, is that how it works? It don't make no sense. So I'm going to charge you $2.50 for the egg. I'm going to charge this guy, because he got a piece of chicken on his stuff, 20 more cents. It don't make sense to me. Like, why? Like, cause I was just sitting there. I was like, maybe I should try egg on it. Probably like five something, 20 cents more. It's a complete win.
Hmm.
Like and actually their chicken biscuit is really good. Like it's not dry. It's usually it's got it's some kind of seasoning they use. It's not Chick-fil-A per se,
Hmm.
but it's good. I'm not and see like I'm not a big fan of Chick-fil-A regular like chicken breast or something like that. Whatever the chicken sandwich.
Hmm.
I like in the morning if I get anything from them, it's gonna be like the egg white grill.
Okay.
Man, I'm ready to smack people for it because it's good as shit. Like for real. Like I don't know why it hits differently, man. Like for real, I'm ready to go, ready to bench press trees and everything. But like it's just weird. Just like I mean I do stuff sometimes because it's superstitious. And like one day I did the chicken egg biscuit from Hardee's,
Hmm.
and that day went by so great. So I went and I was like, I'm gonna try another one. Next day went by so great. So now it's going like superstitiously. I don't have to order it, but I want to.
You think it's gonna keep that good rhythm going?
I'm hoping. Usually never happens. Something happens to
Something will
this,
happen.
this shit on it, but I mean, at the end of the day, like you gotta have faith, I guess. And I have a little bit of faith, not much, but a little bit. And so I'm kind of in that realm right now, in breakfast because like this week, like I said, I did 6 hours. There were some days I didn't get home till like 10, 11 o'clock, at night,
Hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
only 35 minutes from my house from here. So like it was just a lot of hours putting in. The good thing is like I only got to deal with it for another 4 or 5 days. Boss comes back. I'm thinking I'm taking off Friday. Hell with him. Or I might just go in and do what I got to do and then leave it too. Just say I got like 5 more hours and I'm done. I ain't got to worry about this stuff. You know what I mean? This is your shit. You got to worry about, not me no more.
Hmm.
So, and that's I guess that's kind of a good thing too. So, with that being said, um, just I guess you can say this week's been a very interesting week per
Yeah.
se. There's always something going on. Oh yeah, that reminds me. So we have a driver. He's an older guy,
Mm.
really big on his vehicle that he drives for us. He wipes it down. He calls it a name. It's his baby. Blah blah, blah. So I'm sitting there going, okay, good shit. I ain't got to worry about this guy. He's gonna take care of the vehicle he has. So I'm kind of outside smoking a cigarette yesterday. I was talking to another guy. Heard this. I'm like, what the fuck? So I run to our bay door. One man
Oh.
tried to come around the corner, hit the side of the corner where the door goes up,
Uh huh.
and probably went maybe I don't know 2, 3 inches straight right on the side of the van. Daddy looks at me like he was deer headlights, like didn't know what to do. He was about to go forward more.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? I was like, no, 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 back up, back up, back up. So he backs up, and I'm telling him, go right. He wants to go left, and I'm like, no, 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 stop before you go anywhere. Turn this way. Thank God he did. Turn it. He parks it, and I'm like, oh man. I was like, I look at it, I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, this is a report I got to put up. And he goes, oh, it's not too bad. I said, the hell it ain't. I said, I can see that a mile away.
I can buff it out.
Yeah, pretty. I was like, God darn, man. And his vehicle is not, I mean, is this year, it's a 2023, 2022.
Huh.
And he got it brand new. So I was just like, man, like,
So it's a newer vehicle. It's not
yes,
one of your older ones.
correct. So
Oh
now,
shit.
oh yeah, that's a shit show I got to deal with, of course. I was just like, come on, man. Like, of anything that you do, like, he's a great person, he's a great driver, stuff like that. Of anything that he has done, this was the most foolish thing he has done. Now I do have an issue with the fact that it was his fault, but at the end of the day, like if the driver, so we have like where you're parked, we have two sides. You have to go around this little other side to get to the door.
Mm.
So to get there, we have this one spot where I don't like people parking because it's so tight, to turn into to get out of the door.
Right.
Guy sitting there in his vehicle, which he knows he shouldn't be in. He should be in three slots down the side. You know, he was parked there, caused the situation more. So now I got to figure out what we're going to do with that. That's going to be a pain in the ass because now I'm going to hear nothing but bitching.
A lot of paperwork.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So I was just like, you know what? Done. I'll just deal with this later. I'm not doing it today. I'm in a good mood. It's a Friday. I'm trying to get out of here as soon as possible. Did not work, but I mean, I got home at a decent time. It wasn't too bad. So, but definitely. So, the one thing I will say is we're aiming to have a Thanksgiving podcast for which is what 2 weeks from now.
Yeah,
You know, I think it's 2 weeks from now.
2.5 weeks from now, because it's not on a Saturday.
Correct. So like it should be very interesting. So we're gonna have like a podcast that Sunday, a podcast that Thursday, and then a podcast that
Next
next week,
Sunday.
next Sunday. So we're gonna give you a treat. 3 podcasts. We're planning to have something to do differently on the Thanksgiving one. We're hoping we'll have a Thanksgiving meal. I think we will. Yeah, we will. Well, I'll cook this some bitch if I got to. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
I mean, you like turkey, right?
Yeah, I'm not coming here for Thanksgiving.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, I'll take care of this on your side, okay? I'll take care of this on your side. But I mean, the
You
thing,
can deliver.
yeah, we can deliver. You know, and worst comes to worst, we can do Zoom if we got to. But
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. You know, I mean, it'll be good times. You know, I figured we do a Thanksgiving podcast. You know, and we'll tell them what we're thankful for.
Hmm.
Tell them what it means to us, and it might not be like a 45 minute to an hour situation, but just something out there that they know that even though they're with their families, we're still out here doing our thing, and we think about all our listeners, all 3 of them, which is fine, and I'm fine with that as long as everything goes well. I don't think it'd be a bad deal.
Yeah. And actually, I would like to hear for anybody listening what you are thankful for and thankful for.
Thankful for.
I can't even say faux.
Yeah, but man, I'm gonna tell you right now, that I don't know if it's the water or the air or what time it is, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm struggling as well.
Yeah, we've
right now.
never done this early.
Yeah, usually we're like wide awake. It's like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and we're just going at it. But we're struggling. So go ahead, keep going.
Thankful. Yeah, thankful for.
Thankful for what we are thankful for, or whatever.
Right.
I don't
right.
know where you're
'Cause,
going with this.
No. Because if you are listening and you want to tell us, and send us a message or record some audio that you want us to play, and we'll have it on the podcast that Thursday.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to give shout outs, thankful for my mom and, my family, and, I'm thankful for the dog next door, or, you're thankful for that squirrel in the tree. Because honestly, when we started this podcast today, there was a lot of wind.
Yeah,
It's gone.
It's gone.
You know what? We're about to say that, and it's about to get windier again. Because we just went through the remnants of Hurricane Nicole. What a, not much of a remnants. It was just like a little bit of water, and that's it. It tore up Florida a little bit, but like up here, we were
Up
kind of
here,
safe.
yeah.
I was safe from the hurricane. So it was a good thing. Thanksgiving, if you got some, say, make a shout out. You want to shout out for somebody, or tell something that you're thankful for, or a story on Thanksgiving that was funny. I'm pretty sure we all got some kind of story out there. Because also remember, Thanksgiving Eve is the biggest bar night in America. Plain and simple. Amateur hour is out and about. There's going to be a ton of people on the road. So we definitely want you to be safe, because there's going to be, people that don't usually drink, going to drink, and they're going to be dumb, get in their vehicle and drive home, So keep that in mind. And then I think I read somewheres that a lot of places are not opening Thanksgiving this year.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say that. I want to say, was it Thanksgiving? I want to say it's a couple. It was either Thanksgiving or the day after, because usually it's Black Friday.
Right.
So I'm thinking it's either Thanksgiving and then they're open like, I don't know, 6 a.m. Trust me. Wait till Thanksgiving. I got a good Black Friday story for you. Definitely, definitely. I got a couple of them. Trust me, I'll never do that again. I learned stay at home, because whatever there is, you're not going to get anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not worth it. I was with somebody differently, so like, it made it very I got asked to go. So we'll just keep it at a minimum there. That was an interesting story, needless to say. But there's a lot of crooks and thieves out there on Black Friday too, because what's going to happen is they know people are out and about, and I know some places open at midnight
Hmm.
on
Yeah.
Friday morning, and that's a good time to steal if you really want to get down to it
But I think the past few years, stores have been opening like 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day
on Thursday.
for Black Friday.
Wow.
Um,
But I don't think they're doing it this year. I want to say
I'm
they're
not
not.
sure,
Well,
but
I mean,
I know I don't go till like Friday afternoon when everybody's done. I'm like, oh, there's some deals with some Blu-rays.
oh yeah,
And that's
but
about it.
Blu-ray. Do you have Blu-rays anymore? They
Yeah,
didn't
they
even
still
do
make
that.
them.
Oh, they do. I
Or
thought they were kind of obsolete.
yeah, pretty much.
You know what
So
I
they better
mean?
have some deals on some digital files.
Oh,
I'd rather take those. That way I can always have it without scratching the
oh yeah,
disc.
yeah. I mean, that's something else you could do. I mean, there's always something someone wants. During Black Friday. So like at the end of the day, like I understand, but like I don't see the urge.
Yeah,
I don't.
no.
I don't. People. So and that's another thing. Like working what I do, I used to go into the mall, and the stories there, man. I got a few stories where it got real testy.
Oh,
Like,
I bet.
oh yeah, like, and I mean, we'll definitely talk about that Thanksgiving, because that'll be the next, pretty much right after the holiday.
Yeah.
Um. So overall, I hear the UPS man out and about, which is always a good thing. So we know that their jobs are safe, and that's another thing. A lot of people are hiring for seasonal
Well,
now.
yeah, because you're getting into the busy part of the season
Yep.
or the year for you,
Hmm.
especially with DHL.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So that's the thing, and I would love to have them sponsor us, but I'm not going to say their name again. So
Ooh, oh,
yeah, so
my
it's no big
bad.
deal. It's okay. Yeah, I don't want to listen. They are the largest place that deals with stuff like that. They can sponsor us at least. You know what I mean? Hell, they sponsor all the Grand Cups and Grand Prix all over the place. Why can't they sponsor us? You know what I mean? But I mean, still, I mean, overall, the Black Friday, it'll be pretty much like a Thanksgiving Black Friday edition. We'll have more to talk about then, which I'm pretty sure we could probably fill almost an hour or two.
Mm.
Some of the stuff that we got to talk with that. Um, I would say like, I mean, any other words you'd like to talk about?
Uh, no, I mean my week's good. Finally going back to work Monday for a full week, hopefully.
Hmm.
I haven't been to full week because I had to take off Thursday and Friday.
Are you on call today?
No, I start call Monday.
Oh well, shoot, you'll make your money back.
Yeah,
You'll make your money back, especially with everything going on there.
yeah,
So that's always a plus, too. Easy
yeah.
money maker. We all got to make money somehow. That's another thing. Everyone has a job, and some people get placement. Always remember, there's always someone hungry out there that's gonna, might be younger and wants your job. Always
Mhm.
keep that in mind. Don't like, half-ass your job, like for real, because I see it all the time. Like
Yeah.
people will like, get placement, and their work ethic goes down, and then they feel they're untouchable.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, dealing with something like that. We have a guy right now, not on my side, but over other place.
Hmm.
Um, he gives the person over there a lot of grief, a lot of stuff that makes no sense, and like honestly, I'm to the point like something's got to happen. You know,
Shit.
like you would think that someone would kind of like, I guess you say, it pays you. Your job pays you, and it might not be the pay you like. It might not be, the environment you want to be in. And my personal opinion is, if you don't like the job, don't be there. You know, but at the same token, with that being said, it pays you. It pays your car payment, it pays your
Hmm.
house payment. Work as hard as possible because there's always someone breathing down your neck. And when you get into the upper situation with management and stuff, there's always someone wants to take your place
Hmm. Yeah.
because if you're not doing your job, they're going to find someone that will.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's
You're,
a big
everyone
thing.
is replaceable
Correct. Man,
unless you're like the CEO. And hell, some companies, even if you're the CEO, you're still
yeah.
replaceable.
Well, that's the worst part. So like, I made a comment. So I kind of blame myself for this. So we had a driver, and they didn't want to do a route, and I told them, I need you to do this route today. Well, you can find someone else, blah blah blah. Start getting sassy with me, or kind of coming at me a little bit. I said, I just want to let you know everyone's replaceable, even me.
Hmm.
They quit 3 days later.
Shit.
I said, you know what? All right, I guess we'll replace you then. You know what I mean? Like I kind of took it a little personal, um, and maybe that shouldn't have been the thing I said, but at the same time, that's how I felt.
Hmm.
And when you come at me, I'm gonna come back at you. You know, and needless to say, like not saying we completely replaced the person; they were a really good driver, but we have accurate people that's able to do it. You
Hmm.
know, they can do the job. So thank God it didn't go too bad. But the same thing, you know, it was kind of testy for a couple months. It was just like, oh God, man, because then like I got a lot of like grief from some of the other people in there. Why would you say that? Blah blah. I was like, you know what? She ain't coming. Someone ain't coming at me. Like plain and simple. I don't mind confrontation. You know. So when you come at me, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. You know what I mean? It might hurt your feelings, and facts don't care about your feelings.
Hmm.
So that's just how I feel about that.
Yep.
You know, that's how the world today is. Matter of fact, they had the election this past Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the midterm elections and stuff. Like that's a wild situation there, man. I'm not even going to touch that situation. Some of the stuff that I was watching and seeing, because I'm not political per se,
Yeah.
but like I keep an eye on it. You know, you got to, because you got to see what's going on. It's just it kind of preps to what's going to happen in the next 2 to 4 years, whatever, and which way the country's going to go. Um, and the biggest problem that the country have right now is the inflation, because inflation is at a sky high. You know, and it's sad that as a government of different type of people, which were born in the United, well, we're not all born, but we're in the United States, and we have a say on what happens to a point, and we elect people to have our say. The problem is, a lot of times, it's the government has their own, agenda, no matter what you elect in there. And they say, you need to vote, blah blah blah. Sometimes I don't know if it's good to vote, because you're going to get the same deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're still. I mean, I've heard several people. Why do I vote? Because I vote. One vote means don't mean a difference. Or someone will be like, you got to vote because you means a difference. Not many contests comes down to one vote.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like most of the contests are like it'd be like 7,000. Well, if everyone 8,000 people would have voted, he would have won. No, no, probably not, because I guarantee 8,000 people are not going to think the same way. You know, so like it just it boggles my mind sometimes when I see that stuff. And I mean I'm cool with people voting. You know, I just feel like, in my personal opinion, this is how I'm going to cut it this quick. Um, we have a two-party system. It needs to go more than two parties,
Yeah.
because until someone's able to rock the boat completely from top to bottom, and you have the Democrat and Republicans out there, you're still going to have the same situation. No matter what. You know, it don't matter who's president, because all they are is a figurehead. They can sit there and say, "Well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that." Doesn't mean it's going to happen. You know, they need to start. The two-party system needs to go. They need to go into more of, I would say, like, have fresh thinking. And to be honest with you, I don't know too many people that are all Republican and all Democrat. I don't know many people like that. You know what I mean? I know there's some Democrats believe some things that Republicans believe,
Hmm.
and vice versa. That's where I think most people lay at. And I just don't understand why we don't have a third party system that works. Oh, well, we got independents, but you got 455,000 parties in the independents. It don't work. So
Yeah.
my little political speech.
Well, because
We're good now.
I'll end it with this. Well, at least the political part.
Yeah,
No matter who wins, half the country or half the state, whichever one you're voting for, is going to be angry.
correct,
Or
correct,
the full state, if one state's fully Republican and one's fully Democrat.
correct. I think most people lay in the moderate range in the middle.
Mm.
Like there's some beliefs of, like, what Republican believes, and some beliefs of the Democrats. I'm more of that type to a point. I'm more probably leaning towards conservative, but like I don't think I'm wholeheartedly 100% conservative ride or die. I'm more of that. this person, I believe what this person believes in. And also another problem with voting is they vote by name. They vote by name and what they're familiar with. They don't vote by what can change things.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of times I see like, people vote and like they're voting and this person wins, and I'm thinking, oh, matter of fact, you know what? I'll give a class example.
Okay.
Somewheres, and I can't remember where it was, the person died, literally died, and got reelected. How do you die and get reelected?
I remember that.
It was just this week. I want to say it was just this week. Like, how does that happen? So, you're telling me that this person that has died, you still vote for him? Like, where does that make sense? Like, so to me, that tells me that you vote by party lines or vote by a name. You know,
Democrat reelected by a landslide in Pennsylvania, even though he's dead.
class example. So,
Tony DeLuca.
Russ, you know what? I think we can go on this for a little bit here because, like, this is sad. This is really sad. This tells you the people's thinking. You know, oh well, we voted for him because we didn't want the other person in. Okay,
Worst part is
Yeah.
he died last month,
yeah,
before the election.
and they had to know. Like me, people had to know. There's still news on TV. I'm pretty sure that was around. I'm pretty sure it was spoke about in that county. You know, pretty sure it was a county seat or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it was.
State representative.
Okay, so is the fact that we sit here and go, we're going to vote for the dead guy, is a vote for saying no to the other person, or are we voting because we have no clue and pay no attention? We vote by name recognition, because I personally believe a lot of it is name recognition. Because like I look at some of the people out here and like some of the stuff that people vote for. Like if you're a new person, there's two new people. You could probably go, okay, well maybe that's maybe vote for party lines. You know what I mean? But my question is, if that's the case, like if you wholeheartedly, whatever, conservative, liberal, you know, don't you think, voting, I mean, opposite, if you're not on the party lines, like, wouldn't it be better you vote independent?
If if the person who died was going to be your vote, just don't vote unless you have a reason to vote for somebody else.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
I'm sorry, that's just my thinking.
yeah, I don't make no sense because just say you ran for you're dead, okay?
Mm.
I'm not going to vote for you because what good is that vote?
Yeah, what the hell am I going to do?
Oh well, we didn't want to vote for the other guy. Is it because he's whatever he is? You know what I mean? Is he a different party? Um, shouldn't there be like just some different type of vote? Like you say, like if someone's passed, you vote just Democrat. You know what I mean? Like, well, they need to do something about that. Like, I think that's a big situation because, like, what do they do now? Like, what's their next step? Oh, well, Democrats was it Democrat, whoever it was, I can't remember. So maybe it's Republican. Republicans get to put whoever in that party, they get to put them in that seat. Or do you do a runoff? I mean, what? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't get it at all. Like, it makes no sense. And even worse, to boot, were the ballots already out there, which some were, write-in votes, which I'm pretty sure not every of those were write-in votes.
Well, he died a month ago, October 9th. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of writing votes before then.
Well, yeah, true. So you would think they would have took him off the ballot,
Hmm.
or I mean maybe like here there's a you just put say if he's I don't know just say he's I don't know Republican. You put
He's
the
Democrat.
he was what?
Democrat.
He was Democrat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take the Democrat name off, you just put a D there, and let them vote either D or the person's name for the Republican or the independent, whoever's running against them. And if it shows that, hey, everyone voted Democrat, whatever it was, Democrat, that's a Democrat.
Yeah, you did.
Democrat. Um, so do you do like a special election, or does Democrats get to like appoint somebody, or that's a weird situation if you think
Hmm.
about it, because someone's passed and you were the one that ran against them and still lost. What was so bad about you for you to lose? It makes you think.
Yep.
Well, is it? Because I always feel it's name recognition. I feel it's more name recognition, name recognition. So like where we're at here, tip point, 9,000 over 9,000 is Democrat, 4,000 are independents, and a little bit less than 4,000 are Republicans in this area right here. You know, so right from the gate, it's like a 66 to what would you say, 33, 33. No, it'd be like no, it'd be like no, 13. So it'd be like 62 something like
17. Well, almost 50% are Democrats.
yeah,
What you're
oh
saying,
yeah,
and
oh
then
yeah.
20, 25 ish
Mhm.
are the other ones.
The other one. So like it's a fascinating to me because like I sit back and think about it. I'm like, man, like if you're like a Republican or like you're an independent, you have an uphill battle from the gate.
Hmm.
And it's just amazing. And it just, that's why also I believe that Democrats and Republicans are too one-sided on things. If you don't believe a certain thing that say you vote Republican and someone goes, "Well, you're not Republican because you believe that, the people should have abortion and stuff like that or stuff like that." Like it doesn't matter. Like independents will never run until they unite completely, 100%. Though I mean, I don't know how Bernie Sanders won. He's an independent. I don't know how that happened. But to me, like I would think that there would be a third party invested. They would put money in their party. They would make it as big as the other two parties and make it bigger as progress.
Hmm.
They don't. They just sit there and I guess they think that their back roots is going to do something and it doesn't. And then I hear people I've seen it a couple times, which I have independent people that vote, and they'll be like, "Well, I didn't vote with like Trump and Biden, so whatever it is, what it is. I made sure to know that I voted for independent. Your vote don't count, really. You want to be honest with you, like who you trying to who you trying to impress or who you trying to tell?
Yeah.
Because no one cares, and we don't know who you voted for unless you told us. So like, what are you trying to say? Like maybe you should be the catalyst to get that to happen. Maybe you should be the catalyst to go, hey, we all you need to unite. Or well, I forget. There's so many independent parties, which makes no sense to me. There's only should be a few. I mean, if any, one or two. It should be like a four party contest, no Democrat Republican total, no two party because that's all we do. It's a Democrat Republican thing the whole time, and then you got your CNN, Fox News and stuff like that. But enough of the political stuff. But
Hmm.
that caught my attention
Yeah.
the fact because it just ran through my mind because I remember reading about it and stuff like that. So with that being said, so we're gonna wrap this up. I think we've had way too much time,
Yeah.
too much fun. But like I always say, man, like
Oh, wait, before you go. Before you do your outro, so don't forget, we are actually still on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, Facebook. So you can find us pretty much anywhere, except Pandora, apparently. I just found that out
went
myself.
on Pandora.
We're not on Pandora.
How do we get there?
I have no idea, but I don't have the time to look.
I did read. They only go with certain ones, from my understanding. I heard.
Yeah, probably. I
You
think we
know,
got to be like top percentage or
yeah,
something.
we're not
We're not
there
there
yet.
yet. No.
We'll have a little time there, maybe in time. We'll see what happens. But I
But
mean,
yeah, don't forget to follow us on there and subscribe to our YouTube, especially because soon we'll be doing videos,
yep.
and that's where we'll be posting along with Instagram the challenges as well.
Correct. We'll be doing challenges. I think we'll be more on a level of giving little sneak peeks of stuff that we'll be doing forward. Maybe, you know, we're definitely got to get on there because I definitely got to post about the ping was it polar bear plunge and the penguin
Hmm.
plunge, and we're gonna have to put some stuff on there during that.
Yeah.
And take some records and stuff like that. Even thinking about taking my phone in the water. Thinking about doing it. I'm debating.
I think you can get a case, waterproof case for it.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll get a waterproof case and go underneath, go in the water. Maybe just hit my head on the ground. Just drag me out if I need to. I'm
Okay.
cool with that.
All right.
So
Fat float, so it'll be easier to get you out.
shit floats definitely. Shit floats definitely. So yeah,
So I'll be able to lift you up with my buoyancy.
there you go. It works out. Works out. It's even. So like I'm gonna say, we done our thing today. We had a great time. We're out, and like I said, it's not even 12 o'clock for once. So the rest of the day is ours. So, like I'll say, it is what it is. And if you don't have haters, you're not living life right.
So from here, Real Talk Eastern Shore Podcast, I'm John.
And I'm that guy named Ron.
Have a good day.
And definitely have a good night.